The Zeltharian High Command had conquered 47 star systems without breaking what passed for a sweat in their crystalline physiology. Their military doctrine was precise, calculated, and utterly without imagination. Victory came through superior firepower, tactical analysis, and the complete elimination of variables. Humanity was supposed to be their easiest conquest yet. Commander Vexithara studied the tactical displays aboard the flagship Inevitable. The primitive humans had somehow managed to contact them first, broadcasting a strange transmission across subspace channels. The message had been brief. "Welcome to Earth. We surrender unconditionally. Please don't hurt us. We've prepared a feast in your honor." "Suspicious," muttered Sub-Commander Kelthorne, his crystalline features refracting the blue light of the command deck. "No species has ever surrendered before we've fired a single shot. Their tactical assessment is simply more efficient than others," Vexthara replied. "They recognize our superiority. This will save us ammunition." The fleet descended upon Earth's major cities to find exactly what the humans had promised. White flags, empty streets, and hastily erected banquet halls filled with elaborate feasts. Representatives of the human governments waited nervously, hands visible, smiling in what the Zeltharian xenobiologists had identified as a submissive gesture. President Chen of the Earth Coalition stepped forward as the first Zeltharian warriors disembarked. "Welcome, mighty Zeltharians. We are honored by your presence. We've prepared entertainment for your victory celebration." Vexthara found this acceptable. Conquered species often provided entertainment as tribute. "Begin," he commanded. What followed was the most bewildering experience in Zeltharian military history. A human named Jerry walked onto the makeshift stage. He was unremarkable, average height, slightly overweight, wearing strange formal attire. He began speaking in patterns that made no tactical sense. "So I was talking to my wife about our new alien visitors," Jerry said, gesturing toward the Zeltharians. "She says, 'Honey, do you think they come in peace?' I said, 'Well, they've got massive death rays pointed at our cities, but hey, at least they're not asking about our car's extended warranty.'" The humans erupted in strange vocalizations, repeated exhalations that the xenobiologists identified as laughter. The Zeltharian stood motionless, analyzing. "I don't understand," Kelthorne whispered. "What tactical advantage does this vocal pattern provide?" Jerry continued. "You know what I love about the Zeltharians? They're so advanced they've mastered faster than light travel, energy weapons, and galactic conquest. But apparently, they still haven't figured out how to design a uniform that doesn't make them look like a disco ball had a baby with a geometry textbook." More laughter from the humans. Several Zeltharian soldiers exchanged confused glances. Their uniforms were masterpieces of functional design, incorporating energy distribution patterns and tactical flexibility. The comparison to unknown objects made no sense. "Perhaps it's a form of psychological warfare," suggested Intelligence Officer Morgeth. "The random vocalizations may be intended to confuse our tactical systems." But as Jerry's performance continued, something unprecedented began happening. Several Zeltharian soldiers found themselves uncertain. The humans' words created patterns in their minds that defied military doctrine. When Jerry described alien invasion films where the aliens always lose because they never bring adequate customer service support for their death rays, Junior Technician Zarfon made a sound that resembled the human laughter pattern. "Zarfon, report to medical immediately," Vexithara ordered. "You may be suffering from atmospheric contamination." The contamination spread. Jerry launched into a routine about the logistics of galactic conquest. "You've got to appreciate the commitment, folks. These guys traveled thousands of light years just to tell us we're inferior. That's dedication. Though I have to ask, did you really need to bring your entire armada? We're the species that argues about pineapple on pizza and elected reality TV stars as world leaders. You could have conquered us with strongly worded emails." Commander Vexthara felt something crack in his crystalline consciousness. The humans. Words were illogical, yet they contained patterns of truth that his military training had never prepared him for. The absurdity of their massive invasion fleet being unnecessary was mathematically accurate. "Sir," reported Medical Officer Helmira, "we're detecting unusual neural activity throughout the fleet. Soldiers are exhibiting irregular thought patterns, decreased aggression responses, and, sir, they're making the human vocalization sounds." By the time Jerry reached his closing bit about alien tourists, they travel across the galaxy to probe cows. Cows. Not the nuclear physicists, not the military strategists, cows. The entire Zeltharian command structure was compromised. Laughter, the humans had called it. But to the Zeltharians, whose minds operated on rigid logical frameworks, humor was like a virus. It introduced chaos into ordered systems, forced consideration of multiple contradictory perspectives simultaneously, and worst of all, it felt good. Vexthara found himself analyzing the absurdity of their situation. They had traveled across space to conquer a species that conquered itself through entertainment. They had prepared for warfare and been defeated by wordplay. The tactical implications were staggering and somehow hilarious. "Sir?" Kelthorne approached, his voice strange with newly discovered amusement. "What are our orders?" Vexthara looked at the humans who were now sharing their food with Zeltharian soldiers, teaching them card games and explaining concepts like knock-knock jokes and puns. His invasion force was learning to laugh, and with each chuckle, their military conditioning dissolved. "New orders," he announced. "Establish cultural exchange protocols. Apparently these humans have weaponized joy." As the Zeltharian fleet settled into Earth's orbit for an extended stay, Jerry took the stage once more. "You know what they say." He grinned at his new crystalline audience. "Laughter really is the best medicine. Though in your case, I think it might be more like chemotherapy. It's killing all the bad stuff." The combined laughter of humans and Zeltharians echoed across the galaxy, the first sound of the most unusual alliance in cosmic history.